A recent article penned by author Barbara Falconer Newhall, which was picked up by the Huffington Post, explores the emergence of the openly secular movement. Newhall describes openly secular as an organized coalition of dozens of secular organizations across the country. According to the article campaign, the objective of the movement is to inspire closeted non-believers to come out. It is the belief of the various groups who have come together under the openly secular banner that by exposing believers to the reality that many non-believers are their friends and loved ones, that it will help mainstream non-belief, much like the gay pride movement helped lessen the stigma for members of the LGBT community. The movement may have found its moment in history, at least if the relatively blasé reaction to the Houston, Texas running back Arian Foster's revelation during an interview with ESPN, the magazine, that he has no personal God belief. Foster says that he hopes the disclosure will inspire other closeted players to out themselves, although he has sympathy for any reticence they may feel. During the interview, Foster said, "You don't want to ruin endorsements. People might say I don't want to be an atheist representing my team." However, for Foster, it was more important to be true to himself. Said Foster, "I'm established in this league, and as I'm digging deeper into myself and my truth, just being me is more important than being sexy to Pepsi or whoever." If you've ever wondered if evangelists actually believe the nonsense they preach, here's a story that suggests that at least some of them do. According to reports, Zimbabwe's prophet Shamaso Kenyama responded to a call from a local family to help them overcome a curse which has been claiming the lives of their family members. So confident was Kenyama that he could help that he devised a scheme to acquire extra spiritual help by briefly visiting the other plane. Kenyama allegedly staked out and helped dig a grave-shaped hole in front of the accursed home into which he intended to be interred and resurrected. One of the men attending the would-be miracle, Father Zvidzai Muchengeti, claims that during the actual burial he had second thoughts and called for a halt. However, he claims Kenyama overruled him and argued that Zvidzai was disturbing his angels. What is not alleged is that when the assembled audience finally disinterred Kenyama expecting to find a living and breathing prophet, what they found instead was another dead person on their property and a handful of murder charges for many of the men who helped Kenyama realize his death wish. In the Bible, it is said that King Solomon settled a dispute between two women who claimed the same baby as their own by ordering that the baby be cut in half. The case was soon decided amicably and without swordplay. In American jurisprudence, we generally strive not only for a good outcome, but that the laws of the land might enter into the decision-making process. Smith County, Texas Judge Randall Rogers seemed to fancy the King Solomon approach when he ordered a couple before him to get married and to write Bible verses, both of which had little or nothing to do with the crime. The crime was that Justin Bundy beat up the ex-boyfriend of Elizabeth Janes, for which he would normally have served a 15-day sentence. The couple appeared eager enough to take the alternative punishment of getting married within 30 days, but later expressed anger and regret for a variety of reasons. Nevertheless, they did the deed. The judge apparently has a reputation for attempts at imitating King Solomon rather than dispensing American justice. The verse Bundy was ordered to write, from Proverbs 26, verse 27, reads, "Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them." Perhaps Judge Rogers is also a fan of Laurel and Hardy films.